Welcome back to the Brick Abbey. This is going to be the next video in the Boba Fett ship series here with the Lego Star Wars sets that we've been doing. And this is the organization video. Again, we're looking for the feedback. Do you like these? Would you prefer me to skip these and go right into the builds? We don't have that feedback yet. We're about to launch the channel. Like, I'm recording this, I think, the night before we launch. And I always put the minifigs over here above the instructions. If you guys enjoy these videos, remember to do all the things. Hit all of those buttons. I am very excited to finally have the videos kind of out in the wild, see what people think, and, see what y'all think that have been looking forward to it and have helped to jumpstart this. This is one that I bought on my own, so I actually don't have anybody to thank for this one. I thought this would be a good continuation of the ships that we've been doing, and I had a birthday gift card I think I used to get this one. I feel like as we find the minifigs, I'll put them over there. And there's also this little bag here. I'm leaving those bagged up. They're little teeny pieces for the minifigs. And I think what we'll do is we'll just start with gray over here. This light gray. It's more of like probably more of a silver. I don't know. There's a dark gray and a light gray. We'll just go with that. And a lot of cool colors in this set. I am a fan of the custom like greens and reds they had to do for this set. You won't see a lot of these colors in other sets that are out there. I don't at least I haven't seen them. I just finished Andor, and man oh man, it was so good. It's one of those things where I feel like I want to rewatch it, at least rewatch the finale. Sometimes I feel like when it gets late and I get like distracted or get sleepy, it's hard to remember everything that happened. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm just getting old. I do enjoy watching shows with my wife, and Star Wars shows. The Star Wars shows have been kind of hit or miss, but I fully recommend Andor. I believe it's probably next to Mando is the best Star Wars content that we have gotten in a while. And obviously, Mando, this actual set comes from Mando. He's in the set. He's actually in the set. So, we're waiting for that season to come back. That show come back. I don't even know. Oh, here's the cape. That's what I was looking for a little bit ago. I don't even actually know if they have an official date. Oh yeah, here's a spear too for the minifigs. If there is a date, it slipped my mind. It's weird being a live streamer and always having access to an audience, but also, even when I'm not streaming, you just can look it up on Google, right? And when I'm doing these videos, I'm recording, I'm like at a desk, I'm sitting down, I can't look things up. Almost like a step back in time to a certain degree, where I have to either rely on, what I know, or just say that, you know what, I don't know. And I'll tell you that right now, when I'm recording this, I don't know if there is a date yet for the next Mando season. I feel like it's like late 2022, maybe December. That might be their goal. Sometimes I think they throw out windows, like, oh, this is the time frame we're aiming. Like maybe they haven't said a specific date. Maybe that's why. I feel like they said a target month. Maybe I could be 100% wrong. There's some cool smooth pieces in this set that I'm sure are going to be for some of the exteriors. Sometimes the smooth pieces will trick you. Like you think it's going to be for like an exterior to like make it look nice and smooth, but it ends up being something inside to allow pieces to like slide or lay flat. So sometimes that happens. Whenever I'm organizing the pieces, sometimes I try to picture in my mind, like, wait a minute, what is this, what's this gonna be for? We got a lot of smooth pieces up here. There we go. And so we have the light gray and the dark gray. Looks like the light gray is going to take up a good chunk of the board here. Usually you can tell, I don't have a method, but usually you can tell which piece there's going to be the most of, which color. And I try to start with that one. Mainly because it's going to take up the most space. So in my mind, you want to get that one set up first, and everything else can kind of fill in around it. We were just up in Ohio for the Thanksgiving holiday, and my nephews are way more interested in video games than Legos, and they were obviously asking about games coming out and different things, and I meant to ask them and I completely forgot to. Like, do they consume Lego content? My one nephew, he likes to watch these channels. He likes Dude Perfect, I know that. And there was another one where they put together I want to say they're like comedy skits. And then he was watching a show with a laugh track, and it just felt so weird. To have somebody from a younger generation consuming content that felt like something from sort of the sitcom era. And I think I've talked about that before on one of the episodes here on this channel, that I can't do sitcoms. I find them to be just not very funny. And it's such an overused word, it's cringe, but I do kind of, in not in like the meme, internet hate kind of thing. I just kind of cringe when I see or hear sitcoms, especially with the laugh track. It's like, I don't know, there's just something awkward about it. I can't quite put my finger on it. Some of it, I talked about this in one of the episodes on here. It's like the ever present punchline. And whatever he was watching is like I could anticipate. You can almost hear the laugh track coming, I don't know. Some of the best jokes, I think, they sort of take you by surprise. And I feel like a lot of the times with TV shows, not a lot of surprise. You can kind of see it coming from a mile away, I think that hurts it. Okay. We got a good chunk of this one already done. Good amount of the silver. We also are no longer... I had a mic that was sort of next to the table that was, you know, recording the table sounds and the piece sounds. And I just didn't feel like it gave us enough quality for what we were kind of sacrificing. Because whenever you have a microphone set up like that, you're obviously going to get a lot of just room noise, I guess would be the word. Just sort of an ambient hiss would be the word. And obviously I'm extremely tuned in to those things because like I'm listening to the videos and making sure they sound good. And I don't know. Let us know. Let us know if you're like, oh man, I miss hearing the pieces. You know, if you feel like that was a better vibe in the other videos, feel free to let us know. Somebody's going to be like, I didn't hear anything. That's always the case. Always the case. You like take the time to really do something and, you know, have all this, and people are like, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it at all. Oh wow, we spent a lot of time on that. You know, not that we did in this case. I didn't. Certainly didn't. I just turned the microphone on and kind of had it near the table. Okay. Oh, that's a very different piece. I was trying to get it to lay like the others, and the reason that it wouldn't is because it's not like the others. It's like a teeny little, I guess, roof or pyramid, or it looks like a teeny little, I guess, camping tent. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we're getting close here to the end of the big group. I think the biggest group. I think what we'll do next is we'll do the dark gray. And we need to remember to leave this space here. You know what I'll probably do? I'll just kind of give myself that barrier to remember. Yeah, see, yeah, these are dark gray. If the light hits it just right, it almost looked black. See this one? This one's black, yeah. It's not because I'm getting old. It's just the angle that I'm sitting at and the way the lights, you know, kind of come in to the scene. It can hit certain pieces and make it kind of tough to distinguish what color I'm looking at. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got a couple more of these little guys here. Put them in there. These are like the little, they're almost like little gears. And that's a dark, it's a smooth, but it's a dark gray. I don't really have categories for some of these pieces. They just, I was in the one video, I feel like I was kind of nicknaming all the pieces. And I had to stop doing that because I felt like, well, I'm going to annoy somebody, right? There's going to be some Lego purist that's going to watch the content and be like, this guy kept calling that piece the wrong name. So I stopped. Oh, man. I think sometimes as a creator, like as somebody who creates content, you're sort of anticipating being misunderstood. It's almost like an instinct now. It's like I'll say something and I'll just sort of internally know, oh, no, somebody's going to think that I meant, you know, this or that or the other. And we're kind of experiencing that right now. I've got these shorts. We'll be doing shorts on this channel as well. But I have these shorts that are doing really well. And they're basically doing well because people don't understand the point of the video, I guess is the way to phrase it. And it's hard to celebrate that. Like, you see the viewership, right? And you're like, oh man, look at that thing go. Wow, awesome. And then you go to the comments and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know if I want to celebrate this. Like, it's doing well and getting lots of comments because I'm being misunderstood. And I think that's going to be a continued trend. You'll probably notice, at least this is just like a content theory that I have. Like, I think short form content will probably be another seedbed for sort of soundbite culture getting, I guess, worse. You know, it'll be easy to misrepresent, misunderstand people, and I think soundbite culture is going to. Not soundbite culture. I think short form content is going to kind of be the next organism, or how do I want to phrase it? It's going to be like the next sort of greenhouse growing that kind of, you know, hey, I can take this guy's 10-second clip and, you know, misrepresent him, make him look bad, make him look dumb, you know, kind of a thing these days. Not about accuracy. It's about forming, you know, a narrative around somebody. And I'm not even getting like super serious. Like, I know there's like certain avenues where this happens a lot, but I just make video game content, you know? And then it's like I'm just sort of developing and like almost like a sixth sense of that'll be misunderstood, that'll be misrepresented, kind of a thing. But it can also be really good, you know. I want to see the good in it and say, hey, you know, maybe we can use this in a good way. You know, short form content gets, you know, rapid consumption. So can we elevate the quality of the content, you know, in a way that benefits the people finding it, and they're like, hey, this was really informative, this was really concise. So I'm trying, I don't want to be a pessimist about it, but every good thing has an underbelly of weakness, you know, and I think that that's definitely going to be one of the weak points of like short form content. Like, we're going to do shorts on this channel. I think some of the first shorts that we're going to do are for the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar, you know, do a short little video every day, because you can't really I'm not going to be able to do like a full video. Now, we'll do a full video once it's all done. I think that'll be fun. You know, let people kind of see the whole thing and maybe even give like a little bit of a review. Here's what I thought about it. We did not quite get all of the... I'm going to relocate these guys. Give myself a little bit more room for the... finding these light gray guys, these silver guys, I guess. We're got a whole pocket of them over here. But the short form content we'll do here, I think, will be fun. You know, you'll be able to see like a little, you know, minifig or whatever ends up coming from the daily stuff in the little advent calendar. I've got the Star Wars one. People were saying, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy one was really good, but obviously, if you're catching a theme on this channel, I really like Star Wars. So we got the Star Wars one. And I actually think, just based on looking on the front cover, I actually think the Star Wars one's really good. It's not like I got surprised, like, oh, it's not very good. You can kind of see virtually everything it comes with. And I feel like it's good. Okay. Getting there. We are getting there. Making pretty good time too on the video. I never know how long these videos are going to end up being, because I just kind of go. Now the bigger sets, I don't know if for bigger sets, if we're going to want to do organization videos like this, because the dilemma is going to be the pieces won't all fit. We'll have to like, okay, you know, the instructions say to start with bags, bags 1 and 2, right? And I just don't know, are we going to want to do that every time, right? It's a bit of an experiment. You know, open up bag 1 and 2 and then organize it. And then do the same thing with, you know, bags 3 and 4. Just not sure yet. I'm not really sure what's the judgment call there. For my own like guess is that we would still do it. Well, no. See, I'm talking myself out of it. Because the problem we're going to run into is space on the table, right? Like, as a piece gets big, you know, it's going to run out of space on the table. So you're going to dump the pieces, and then there ain't going to be any room, you know? Well, these are cool. I've never seen these before. They're almost like little hinge pieces. These little, like, almost like, I don't even know what these are, like angled vents. They're pretty cool. Okay. All right. I like to kind of keep things somewhat uniform and organized. Yeah, I always look up at the camera view, and it always looks way better for you guys than for me. So I'm glad I take the time to make sure everything is straight. We'll say straight-ish. We'll say straight-ish. Oh, whoop! I was like, what is this piece? It was two pieces together. Yeah, so we'll say straight-ish. They're straight enough. I'm sweet enough. Always makes me think of that line from that movie. He asks him if he takes sugar. Oh man, we're not gonna say the name of the movie because it's, you know, don't want to get into that in this content. Being like, well, the name of that video, that movie is not a very nice word, even though it's a word that can mean multiple things. Not worth it, you know? We want our content to be consumable by all. Oh wait, that's one of those light gray little like house guys. Okay. It might be time to start the black pieces. Might be time. Get them up there. I have to reach in like a very particular way, because if I reach too far, you're going to see me, my head, my microphone all coming into the frame. So we're obviously trying to keep it somewhat professional here. Somewhat. I can hear members of the community that are familiar with me teasing me about, you're a professional? You're a professional streamer? Professional, I guess in this case, I'm not streaming, but making content. Okay. Oop. I thought that was going to be the same size. It is not. Get all the guys up there together. And we're getting too many pieces. Yeah, I think the organization is going to potentially take a back seat unless the reception to this is really, really high. I think I'm going to start doing this off cam, because I could probably go way faster if I was just sort of standing over it and not having to worry about a camera and a microphone. Also, just I'm already sensing it, just this set in general. Like I'm running out of room, and it's making it difficult. Like I'm trying to be organized and methodical, and I kind of can't because I'm running out of table space. Okay. Put those ones like there, like that. And it's like really, you're gonna laugh. It's a little tiring because I have to like keep my arms extended and up, and you wouldn't think that's a big deal, but do it for 20 or 30 minutes of like reaching and pulling and reaching and pulling. Like my shoulder is like on fire. Have you ever seen those low resistance workouts? They have you do the most basic thing, but you do it for a while, and all of a sudden your shoulder or whatever is just burning. That's kind of like what this is like. I did one standing up. Maybe I need to go back and try standing up again. I thought sitting down was more comfortable for building. I may have jumped the gun on doing that for the organization. Oh, these are cool pieces. They have like ridges. Let me see if I can get a good zoom in for you. That was textbook autofocus. That was clutch. Oh, they're different directions. One's horizontal, one's vertical. I didn't realize that until just now. All right, we're going to bunch these guys together. We're not going to necessarily go for space because there's so many of them. They're like the little connectors. They look kind of like the lightsaber pieces that people hold, but they're just to connect. They're like to connect two pieces basically, or they go inside like the holes. Oh wait, that goes over here. Oh, there's somebody's head. I'm assuming that that's supposed to be Mando's head, because it's just black, and I think when they made this set, I don't know if he had taken off his helmet yet on the show. Spoiler. I figure by now it's safe to discuss spoilers for shows like that. There's so many of those. Wow. And this is like a control board. Okay. Yeah, based on the sets that I have right now, these lightsaber pieces, I don't think these are for the... Yeah, these are not for the characters. It wouldn't make any sense, I guess. I just instinctively put them with the minifigs, but there's no lightsaber with this thing. But judging on the size of the sets I have over there, this might be our last organizational video for a while. Again, unless, you know, we look at it and we look at feedback and think that, oh, it's too, you know, the content's too good or too liked to not do it. We'll make that judgment call, but I'm looking over at this stack of the backlog that I have, and I'm looking at this set thinking, man, more pieces than this. This isn't gonna work. You know, it's just not gonna be conceivable, because we're getting into like the little teeny tiny pieces now, and it's making it real difficult to organize them well. And a lot of them are just rolling around. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of these little, like, lightsaber handle things. I wonder... I'm genuinely curious what that's going to end up being for. Is this black? I think that's black. Yeah, there's another one right there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I enjoy the organizing part. I really, really do. It's like one of the more relaxing of the videos that I get to do. But I think I'll look at it. I'll take a look. We'll kind of experiment and think through, you know, maybe when we limit it to 1 or 2 bags at a time, maybe what I'm struggling with in this particular video and set, maybe that problem will, you know, evaporate, if that makes sense. It'll just be a whole lot easier to do if we limit the pieces. That's always, you know, a possibility. That this piece in particular is giving me trouble, just because it we did, you know, all of these pieces. Okay. This one only had 4 bags, I think. Yeah, I think it was only 4. So it's not the number of bags as much as it is the number of little pieces. Like, I don't even think you can base it off of, like, it's not like I can base it off of the piece count, because because I don't think this thing had a particularly high number of pieces comparatively to some of the other sets that I've done. It's that there are just so many little guys here that, 10 pieces that are this size, it's nothing compared to 10 pieces that were like some of those really big pieces on the TIE Fighter. So, we're learning. We are definitely learning. Got a lot of orange here. Oh, his head rolled away. Okay, we'll get all the orange there. Okay. And this is obviously not an orange piece. That's the piece for removal. I don't think I've ever used it. At least not in the video. I don't know if I've ever used it in general. Oh, that's one of those. We have a couple of stray little black pieces. We used these, but they were like a light gray on the TIE Fighter for the outer wing. Telling you, my shoulder's on fire from reaching and keeping my my arm elevated. If somebody would have told me, "Hey man, you start making Lego content, you better do some conditioning or get those shoulder muscles ready to go," I would have been like, "Bro, what are you talking about?" And then I would have made the videos, been like, "I get it now." We could have gone for a very different setup and vibe for these, these vids. But I didn't think this was sort of our view of it, was that the Legos were the star of the show, not me. So having me off the cam and just sort of talking is was kind of a POV choice that we made, Okay, these guys are like an orange-ish, I guess. And then we can kind of put all of the reds. These pieces, I want to stand up, if I can keep them up, so that when I move my table, I don't have a bunch of roly-polies rolling around on me. I think we're just going to kind of let yellow and blue hang out right in there, because there's only those pieces. There we go. Okay. There's all the reds. I'm going to let green sort of invade the dark reds here. Because again, there's not a ton of the dark green. Okay. We are almost done here. I hope you guys are enjoying the organization ones, since they do, it has to happen anyway, So it's not, I'm not doing anything particularly extra right now, if that makes sense. It's like I would be kind of organizing it anyway. So If you end up skipping these and jumping right to the build videos, that's totally understandable. Again, you can leave that feedback. What are your favorite video types that we do? Are there any video types out there that we're not doing that you want to see? Let us know that as well. Doesn't mean we're going to do it, but it's always nice. I'm weird like that. Like I don't necessarily look at what other people are doing. You know, it's like, we'll see what other people are doing. No, I just kind of had this idea in my head. What I'm doing with the content right now is just kind of how I envision doing it. And so here we are, you know. But there's always the opportunity to enhance and evolve and add and try new things. I mean, I've never done content like this before, so in general, just the launch of the channel is an experiment in and of itself. Whoops. Well, that worked out. It just dropped kind of right where it was supposed to go. Okay. Couple more stragglers here for black. There we go. This is a video for the ages. Holy moly. I just looked at the length of this one, and yeah, this can be the longest video I think on the channel up to now. And we'll see. We'll see what y'all think of lengthy organization vids like this. I was really hoping that one would just land right side up, but it didn't. Okay. Nearing the end here. But I'm not going to rush. I'm resisting the urge to rush. And the reason I'm resisting that urge to rush is because the video is already long. So be it. There's no turning back time. Sorry, Cher. We got a lot of these smooth ones, like smooth triangle pieces. I thought there was only one, or at least two, so I kind of put it up by itself. That's like an elevated smooth piece. That's kind of weird. I don't know if I've ever seen one quite like that. It's like it's smooth here, but then the pieces underneath, it's like it's elevated. Be interested to see where that one ends up. Oh, another one of these little triangle guys. All right. The last group of green here. That one can go right there with his buddy. Well, there we go. There is the piece organization for Boba Fett's ship, and the longest video we've ever made. Again, there are so many teeny tiny pieces. That is that's what ate up a lot of our time. But I tell you, I as much as it's a little awkward to sit and do it, I still enjoy doing it. I enjoy looking up at the end and just seeing it. You know, it just looks nice. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you enjoy the next couple of videos that we have, or if you haven't watched all the other vids, go watch them. And thanks so much for supporting the Brick Abbey. We'll see you in the next one.